Hey, future teachers, let's break down Competency 004 learning processes. The simple idea is this: you need to understand how students learn and what affects learning. Then, use the knowledge to plan lessons that actually work. Here's the most important truth in this whole chapter: your love of learning is contagious. If you're bored, your students will be bored. If you're excited, they will be excited too. First, keywords you need to know: learning processes, how students take in and remember information; concrete thinking, thinking about real, touchable things, young kids; abstract thinking, thinking about ideas you can't see. This is for older students. Prior knowledge, what students already know before you teach. Higher order thinking, that is analyzing, evaluating, creating, not just memorizing. Instrin- instrin- Intrinsic motivation, wanting to learn because it feels good. Extrinsic motivation, wanting to learn for a reward or to avoid punishment. Self directed learning, students taking charge of their own learning. Different ages, different thinking. Young kids, EC through sixth grade, think concretely, need real touchable things, need hands on activities, movement, and play. They have short attention spans, can't sit still for long. Real life test. Have you ever seen a young kid at the movies or on an airplane? It doesn't go well. If they can't sit through a 90-minute movie, they can't sit through your 45-minute lesson. What works? Blocks, manipulatives, play, movement, breaks. Lectures and worksheets at desks, that's a big no no. Different ages, different thinking. Let's talk about middle school, fourth grade to eighth grade, the transitional stage. They act like adults sometimes and like kids other times. Peers are everything to them. Questioning values and searching for identity. Why this matters. The relationship a student has with one middle school teacher can determine the course of their entire life. You can't you can change the life of this age. Don't mess this up. Different ages, different thinking. Let's concentrate on high school, 8th grade to 12th grade. Their thinking is abstract thinking, is developing or developed, can reflect on their own thinking, making career and life decisions. What works? Connect learning to real-world applications. Help with career exploration. Respect that they're becoming adults. The range of thinking abilities, very important. In any grade level, students have a wide range of thinking abilities. Some think concretely, some think abstractly. Most are in between. What you must know: accommodate all of them in the same classroom. Simple rule: one size fits all. One means one size fits no one. What actually works in the classroom? You don't need to memorize the theorist names, just remember what works. 1. Connect new information to what they already know. 2. Make learning meaningful. Always answer, why do I need this? 3. Use technology as a tool, not a toy. 4. Have students reflect on how they learned. 5. Ask why, how, and what if. 6. Let students question and investigate. 7. Use hands-on problem solving. And 8. Create a safe environment for risk-taking. Higher order thinking skills must be taught. These do not develop on their own. You have to teach them. Strategies that work: open-ended questions, no single right answer, cooperative learning, problem-solving activities, exploring different perspectives, example of open-ended questioning. For example, what would happen if? How many ways can you? Why do you think? Study skills. You must teach these. Don't assume students know how to study. Many don't. You must teach, model, and monitor. Graphic organizers, Venn diagrams, flowcharts. You can also use outlining, which means the main ideas and the details. Note taking, writing key information. Summarizing, which means putting ideas in your own words. Test taking strategies for taking tests. Yes, teach this. The pattern, first teach, then model, then monitor. All three in that order. Never skip steps. But here's the catch, you must master these skills first. Teachers cannot model this behavior until they have mastered organization and time management skills for personal use. Simple truth. You can't teach what you can't do. Get your act together first, then model for the rest of the students, then monitor them. Bad versus good teacher behaviors. Teacher behaviors that impact learning. Negative behaviors, avoid these. Low expectations, student will meet them. Negative interactions, they destroy confidence. Unfair grouping, some students can't get left behind. Favoritism creates resentment. What to do instead? Have high expectations for all students. Build positive relationships. Use fair, flexible grouping. Treat all students with respect. Home and community factors. You can't control them. Factors that impact learning. For example, parent expectations, community resources, poverty, crime, violence. What you can't do, control these factors. But what you must do is respond appropriately, don't make excuses, and of course, find solutions. Self directed learning, the ultimate goal. What is it? What it is students taking responsibility for their learning, why it matters, creates lifelong learners. How to promote it, give student choices, let them set goals, let them track their own progress, build in reflections time. The payoff, students who own their own learning work harder and remember more. Teacher roles between a facilitator and versus a lecturer. The role for facilitator, most of the time they are guiding, questioning, supporting. The lecturer rarely sit and get doesn't work for most students. Ask yourself, will you want to sit through your own class? If you wouldn't enjoy it, why would your students? Learning modalities. Use all of them. The problem, most teachers teach the way they learn best. The students who learn differently struggles. The four modalities. We have the auditory, learned by hearing, discussion, songs, rhymes. Visual, learns by seeing charts, diagrams, videos. Tactile, learns by touching, manipulatives, models. Kinesthetic, learns by moving, role play, standing, walking. Warning, it is a natural reflex. If I learn best visually, I assume students do too. This assumption hurts tactile and kinesthetic learners. Simple rule. If you only teach one way, you only reach some students. Use all four. Test taking tips. These two are the favorites for Competency 004. Favorite number one. Understands the importance of self-directed learning and plans instruction that promotes students' motivation and ownership of their own learning. Favorite number two. Applies knowledge of the range of thinking abilities found among students in any one grade level and students' increased ability to engage in abstract thinking. If you're stuck, pick the answer that matches self-directed learning or range of thinking abilities. Important points to remember. Your love of learning is contagious. Model enthusiasm. Model enthusiasm. Young kids, concrete thinking means hands-on play movement. Middle school, critical stage, relationships can change lives. High school means abstract thinking plus real-world connections. Range of thinking abilities accommodate all levels in one class. Teach, model, monitor, all three in order. Next, master skills yourself before teaching them. Higher order thinking must be taught, doesn't develop on its own. Use open ended questions, no single right answer. Use all learning modalities auditory, visual, tactile, and kinesthetic. Be a facilitator, not a lecturer. Play is a valid vehicle for young children's learning. Reticent students are harder. Reticent students, which means they're reserved or more quiet, are harder. They are harder but worth the effort. Let me try this one more time. Quiet, reserved students are harder but worth the effort. Don't give up. Quick reference for test day. If you see a question about, you're going to think certain things. So here we go. Key verbs for competency 004 is understands and demonstrates. So if you see a question about young kids sitting still, think movies, airplane, example. They can't. If you see a question about play, think valid vehicle for learning. If you see a question about open-ended questioning, think no single right answer. If you see a question about teach, model, monitor, think all three in order. If you see a question about teacher mastery, think must master skill first. If you see a question about test taking, think it's a study skill, teach it. If you see a question about natural reflex, think don't assume students learn like you. Quiet, reserved students think harder but worth the effort. Will you sit through this? Ask yourself before lecturing. Final reminder. When a teacher loves learning, students will also love learning. A student who loves learning is eager to be at school and works hard while there. Your enthusiasm Your enthusiasm means their enthusiasm. Simple rule from before. Don't be a boring employee just collecting a paycheck. Be the teacher who loves learning, so your students will too. You've got this. Now go be the ideal teacher.